I was very surprised when in the Rajya Sabha debate on the 10% forwards quota bill, one political stud after another began with a stinging rebuke, then wrung his or her hands and ended with an abject no, never, but hold on, maybe, yes.
1980 में मंडल कमीशन की रिपोर्ट आई थी और पहली बार 1982 में सदन में रखी गई और उसके बाद 1983 में सदन में रखी गई और फिर 1990 में जाकर पास किया गया। मतलब कि उसको भी लगभग 10 साल लगे। यहाँ तो आप एक दिन में सब कुछ कर रहे हैं।
इस बिल का निशाना 2019 का चुनाव है।
आप ईबीसी वाले को दोगे, ही कैन नॉट अफोर्ड इट। आप उसको रिजर्वेशन एडमिशन में दे सकते हो, लेकिन उसकी पैसे की, उसकी फी भरने की औकात है क्या? ये आपने कभी उसमें सोचा ये बिल में कि ये उनको किस तरह से मदद करेंगे?
This is also very interesting because this bill also redefines India's poverty line, 32 rupees a day. But if we're looking at the number of 8 lakhs a year, this is the new poverty line is 2,100 rupees a day.
माननीय मंत्री जी कह रहे थे कि आखिरी बॉल पे छक्का मारा है और ये भूल गए कि छक्का आपका बाउंड्री के पार नहीं जाने वाला है।
The government thinks that they can unilaterally decide everything and just force whatever their decisions are on the people of this country.
But when it came to the actual vote, all of them except for DMK, RJD and IUML quietly fell in line and greenlit the bill, even in the Rajya Sabha, where the government stood absolutely no chance of getting a two-third majority. If these leaders wanted, they could have easily supported DMK's motion to refer the bill to a joint select committee. But the nation watched stunned. In 2 days flat, the alchemy of India's equal opportunity democracy was altered. But you know what? The sentiment on the ground was and continues to be fractured. Several scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward class beneficiaries fear that this is a test encroachment that could eventually replace caste-based reservations with affirmative action based solely on the economic criteria. After all, the RSS has never hidden its desire to rid India of caste distinctions, while the current reservation regime sharpens these sub-identities. Now, even those entitled to the new quotas are restive. Many feel that by stipulating such a high watermark, a daily household income of 2,100 rupees, which covers almost 95, 96, some even say 98% of India's population for a paltry 10% reservation. These benefits, they fear, will be cornered by the well-off in the general categories, once again denying the real poor their due. Now the salaried classes once again feel they are the first to be whipped always. While they cannot fudge salary statements, those with unaccounted money shall enjoy the, what can I say, privilege of producing false certificates showing lower incomes. Finally, there is extreme resentment brewing in the top 5% who are not covered by any reservation. Now, nearly 5 crore middle and upper middle class Indians are asking in simmering anger, what's the point of living in a country which outlaws merit? Just imagine if the opposition parties had been categorical instead of being ambivalent. If they wanted to support it, they should have given a full-throated, unqualified yes. And that would have cut Prime Minister Modi's political payoff in half. Else, if they wanted to oppose, they should have cracked a loud no, saying we fully support the bill, but want to examine its pitfalls, its infirmities in a select committee for 2 weeks. Once that's done, and the bill has become fair and just for all, we shall insist on a special session to pass this historic bill. That's what they could have said. This would have halted the Modi steamroll and given the opposition time to harness the gathering disenchantment into a potent protest movement. They would have occupied the critical opposition space exactly as they've done with the triple talaq bill, or with the citizenship bill. In both these instances, they've stood firm, they've taken the blows, but slowly welded the political narrative away from the government, at least with those who are fearing exploitation and disenfranchisement. I wonder why they missed that trick here, especially when the lessons of recent electoral history are clear. People back decisive politicians. They endorse risk takers. Today, the country seems again to be yearning for change. What it therefore doesn't need from its politicians is shades of that, that evocative Bollywood song, "Main peeta nahi hu, pilai gayi hai." That's I don't drink, but I have been forced to drink. Translated into the events in Rajya Sabha, we did not want to support the government, but heck, we were forced to.